y'all, Shay here. We are going to hang out today and do a whip in chat. WIP stands for WIP, stands for work in progress. And my current whip is a diamond painting. So go ahead and pull out whatever you want to work on for the next hour or work on nothing, absolutely nothing at all, and just escape. That's what I like to treat these as. Sometimes I'll be laying in bed just kind of at the end of the evening and I'll just listen to a whip and chat, and I treat them like an audiobook. So you can either watch or just listen, both. But yes, thank you so much for being here. I do have some new subscribers, so welcome to everybody that's new, and thank you to everybody that's come back again. I really do appreciate it. I do these on a weekly basis, and yeah, we are here. It's September. It is Wednesday for me, the September 6th, Thursday for you if you're watching this the day that it comes out. And yeah, I'm happy to be here, and let's talk about what I'm going to be using, okay? But before I do that, how are you? How are you doing? You good? Let me know. I always want to ask that first right off the bat, just like I would if we were actually in person meeting and having coffee or having lunch. How are you? Or is everything okay? Make sure and let me know down in the comments how you are and what you've been up to this last week. As I catch you up on what I've been up to, we'll kind of just meet in the middle and catch up on both sides. So let me talk about what I'm going to be using today, and then we'll get started. I am working on a different diamond painting than I was working on last week. It's kind of been nice to, I was hosting an event the last 2 months, so I kind of feel like I had to do certain paintings, you know, which was fine, but it's kind of been nice just to kind of flip-flop and move around and kind of just do whatever I feel like doing when, as the weeks progress through this month. And because it's September, I'm starting to do kind of spooky seasons, you know, getting into the fall, getting into the mood, right? So I had actually pulled this out. It's called Raven Moon, and it's from Craftibly. I pulled this out week before last and started working on it after I finished my Wizard of Oz painting. And I thought it'd be a nice like palette cleanser. It's on the smaller side, but the crazy thing is it's got a lot of colors. Again, it's from Craftibly, Raven Moon. It is a 45 by 45 in centimeters, so not very big, but it's got 66 colors. I'm like, where are all these colors at? Because it's not, to me, it hasn't been that confetti heavy, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, maybe I've gotten used to it. But let me show you. Here's a little picture of the thumbnail, is what it looks like. It's a creepy little crow, like on a branch. You can see the moon. I thought it was just kind of getting into the spooky season. And I'll go ahead and pop up a picture and leave it up in the corner during the whip and chat so y'all can see kind of what I'm working on. I have finished the first 2 rows. I always start at the bottom. And now I'm kind of I started on the left, and now I'm kind of working my way over. So we'll be working on this square right here. I was working on last week a fall painting. It's very, very big. It's a 140 in centimeters by 60, and I pulled that out, and I was working on it last year is when I started it, so I pulled it out again, and I've been working on it all week since we saw each other last week. And I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna take a little break and kind of switch it up a little bit. And actually yesterday, let me show y'all, I'm just loving all the Craftibly stuff right now, because that fall one I'm working on, the big one, I'm pointing over there because it's on the floor, is actually a Craftibly too. I did this journal yesterday. It's from Craftibly, of course, you know I love them. And yeah, it's a little butterfly journal. I take notes for all my videos and any video ideas I have, and just, you know, anything that comes up during lives. So I definitely like to keep a journal, and my other one was all full. So I went ahead and just diamond painted this last night, and it turned out really good. And Craftibly's having a sale still right now, and I actually looked to see what they had, and I want to say they still have this journal. So if you want to go check it out, the great thing about it too is it is lined. So a lot of them aren't lined. My last one wasn't. This is lined. It's got the memo, the date. So I really do like that, because I dated, you know, my whip and chats and everything. So love that. But yeah, it's leather bound, and you just diamond paint the front. It comes with everything you need. It comes with the diamonds, the toolkit, everything. And it's all like crystals. And it's got these really big ones too. So I really enjoyed working on this yesterday. It was kind of nice just to do a little small project. And yeah, so I'm just cracked it open today and took some notes for y'all. But yeah, so go check out Craftibly. And if you have never been to them before and ordered anything, I do have a discount code because I am an affiliate. So go look in the description and go see what they have. They've got some diamond paintings on sale. They've got some of their older ones. They've got some newer ones, a ton of arts and crafts accessories and painting and all kinds of fun stuff. So they've got diamond painting pens. So yeah, I had fun looking at their website yesterday. But go check them out. And if you're a first-time customer, use my discount code. Okay, it's Shay 20 and you get 20% off. And if you're a returning customer, I have a referral link in the description. You can just use that. And I really do. I do make a small commission. So I really want to thank you in advance if you do use those codes. All right, so back to my notes. Can't leave my notes here. All right, so we talked about the painting. And it's got 66 colors, and a lot of the colors that's got these really special, let me see if you can see them right here. It's got these green, they're really, really big, and it's got some pink glow in the darks, some clear glow in the darks. It's got rhinestones, so it's got a lot. I remember when I unboxed this, I was just blown away by how many ABs, crystals, glow in the darks, all the special drills that come in this one. So unfortunately it is sold out. They don't have it anymore. So yeah, that's the bummer part, but they've got other things, so go check them out. And let's see, I'm also using my Trinket tray right here. This is from Lexi Sparkle Craft, and I'll have all these folks listed down below. This is one of her resin trays, and it's got the little feet on the bottom, and it holds all your accessories. And I love this one. I thought it'd be great for anything that's, you know, got the darker colors in it. Plus it's got all the other little fun confetti in there. So yes, so I got that, which I love my tray. And then I've got my black Diamond Art Club tweezers. Oops. And then my pens I'm going to be using today. Let's see. This is from, we'll look at this one first. This is from Butterfly Effectwares. I've had this one for quite some time. It's really nice. I am using, I just use the brass tip, and I'm using micro glue dots. And I get those from Amazon, and I've got those linked down below. And then in my 7-placer, I'm just using one of the thin white ones. I am using Merry Mud. I think it's grape soda. I thought the grape kind of matched. So, and I love this pen. Really, really pretty. I don't remember the color name of it, but yeah, this is from Butterfly Effectwares. And then this one is from a newer company that I just started ordering from, and it's a captive ring pen. That's what they call these. This is from Peachy pens, and they do have an Etsy shop. Both of these folks have Etsy shops. And in here I've got the micro glue dots, and then in my 4-placer I've got Merry Mud, and it's the cinnamon toast. I thought the cinnamon would kind of be like a good fall vibe scent. So I'm loving this pen. I love both of them, but it's fun to kind of play with the ring as you like multi-place and single place. The ring kind of slides around and it's kind of clicky. So I do like that. My tray I'm using is from Munimade. It is a Munimade tray, and it's that kind of that dark blue. I thought it matched with everything. It is a 3D printed tray, and it's one of their smaller ones. So yeah, and then I'm using my Elizabeth Ward storage containers for all 66 colors. There's a lot of colors, y'all, and it's not that big of a painting, which is just blowing me away. Sometimes you're like, how does that work? How does that work? How does that many colors get into a painting that's 45 by 45 centimeters? I don't know. It's an 18 by 18 in inches. So yeah, hopefully I did the math right, but, oh, and last but not least, I've got a cover minder up here hanging out. I almost forgot about it. It says, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Thought it was kind of goes with the painting. It's got the coffee in there. It is a cover minder. So the other magnet is underneath the canvas, and it's holding back my plastic up here. This comes from my friend Jenny, Oh Snap Crafters Cafe, and I'll have her link down below. And got my coffee, of course, and I got my little fall mug. It's got some pumpkins on it, some gourds. Is that how you say it? Gourds? Gourds. Yeah, hopefully it's focusing. I feel like it's kind of going in and out of focus. My camera is. All right, this is like my 3rd cup of coffee today, so hopefully I don't have the shakes. It is 11:27. I meant to do this earlier, but I was quite busy this morning. Got the kids off to school, 2 out of the 3, and then ran by the pharmacy, ran by CVS, and got some prescriptions filled first right off the bat. And then because I stopped by there yesterday and they weren't ready, so they're like, "Come back tomorrow." I was like, okay. So got that done, and then came home, and then I decided, I kind of talked to y'all last week about it, and I said, self-care is really important. Take care of yourselves. And I do feel like we're taking care of our mental health by diamond painting, because it is a stress reliever. It helps with anxiety and depression and all those things. So I feel like we're taking care of our mind by taking this time, to chill out and watch YouTube videos and diamond paint. And I'm so glad y'all are here with me. But at the same time, I need to take care of my body, and I'm just taking care of my mind. So I haven't exercised in a long time. And I don't even know if what I did this morning is considered exercise, but I was being active at least. I took my dogs for a walk. Yes, I went for, we've got two different size. We've got like a small neighborhood, and it's one big like circle, and there's like a small block in the center and the inner ring, and then there's the outer ring, which is the big block is what we call it. I took our little Frenchie Ollie on the small block because he's pretty small, and I didn't want to overdo it with him because it's really hot here still, but it was only about 84 degrees when I took him out. So I thought, okay, this is now the time to do it because you can't really walk him during the day. And I'm really bad about walking our dogs. I barely ever walk them. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we got the breeds we did. We got the Bostons and the Frenchies because they don't need a lot of exercise. So, but boy, do they love going on walks. So took Ollie, came back, and then got Margot and Jasper and took those two. I've never taken all three at once. I think it'd be too chaotic. So then I took the other two around the big block, and then I dropped them back off at the house, and I did a few more blocks of the big block on my own, like three laps. So all I know is I closed my exercise ring. So I did like 30 minutes of activity, of exercise. So I was like, cool. So I'm really going to try. We'll see. I mean, hey, I'll take it today. I mean, at least I went today. It's better than nothing. And we'll see how it goes. But I just have really been feeling kind of blah lately. And I was like, you know what? I need to get off my butt and, maybe go for a walk. So hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm not too zoomed in because if I get too zoomed in, it kind of focuses in and out and can get kind of annoying. So, what else? Oh my gosh, y'all. I was going to tell you what else happened today. Right before I started filming, I get a call and I recognize it's from the school, one of the schools, either the elementary or the high school, but I can tell it's a school number. And I was like, oh no. So I answer it and it's the school nurse. And she said, are you Nathan's mom? And I said, I am. And I was like, oh no, he's sick. Something happened at school. And you hate to get that call. And she said, well, he's fine. She said, but there was a student that was near him that did vomit, and it got on his shirt. And so he just left my office, the nurse's office. We cleaned him up, got his shirt cleaned up. He's fine. She goes, but I mean, these are the calls I'm like, what? Seriously? She goes, we offered him a shirt, a new shirt to try and to put on because we have some of the lost and found, but he didn't want to do that. So he said he just went back to class and he said he's fine. I said, okay. I said, that's kind of funny because he just got that shirt yesterday. It's a brand new shirt. He washed it last night, threw it in the dryer this morning, was so excited about wearing it. And then here some kid throws up on him. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, thank you for the call, which I was kind of surprised they called me. He is in high school. He's a junior in high school. I'm like, I mean, he can like drive himself home and get a new shirt if he really wanted to, or he could have called me, or I'm just surprised the nurse called. I mean, it's great, but I don't think it warranted a call, but she's like, I just wanted to let you know. I was like, all right, thank you. So I text Nate and I was like, hey Nate, I just got off the phone with the nurse and she told me what happened. I said, do you want me to bring you a new shirt? He's like, no, it actually was like a tiny bit. I cleaned it off and I'm fine. I'm like, okay. But y'all, if it's not the kids, it's the pets. If it's not the pets, it's the house. I mean, it's just something, the cars. Yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on today. But let's rewind. We're going to rewind to where we left off last. And let's see. Last time we talked was Wednesday/Thursday. And I told y'all that I was going to be meeting up with Randy, my best friend. And she's also part of the dime painting community. For those of you that might be new, she has a YouTube channel, and her YouTube channel is You Can Call Me Butter. So if you want to go check her out, she's amazing. We did meet through the community, and we've been friends for a few years now. So yeah. So we only live about 20 minutes from each other. So it's amazing that we can get together when we can. So we had it all planned out. She is actually going to a wedding at the end of the month. And so she needed to go shopping and get something to wear for the wedding. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you. Now, I'm not a big shopper. Not at all. I really don't like shopping. For clothes, makeup, I'm just not into it. Yeah, just not. Never really have been. I'm not real girly. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't really do the hair. Just, yeah, kind of. So to me, I don't really get into it. But my daughter Lou, who's 11, is an avid shopper. She loves it. So I get a lot of opportunity to go shopping with her. But of course, Mandy said she needed to go, and I was like, I'll go with you. We'll go hang out. It'll be fun. So we met at the mall, and we met at about 11, and the mall had just opened. So we went around to like 3 or 4 stores, and She tried on a bunch of stuff. Now, nothing was like, she liked a few things, but nothing was like, she didn't love it. And she was trying to find, because it's going to be cooler weather where their wedding is. And so she wanted like something kind of long, maybe to wear with boots, something that you could layer so you could take things off if you did get warm. So it's kind of tough. So I think she was going to have to go back. Now, she did find some cute stuff, but it wasn't for the wedding, just like a cute sweater. And get this. So we go to Nordstrom. And I didn't buy anything in any of these stores. And she was buying a couple things. And so we go to Nordstrom and we're in the shoe department. She's like, well, let's at least go look at shoes. I'm like, all right. So we go and look at shoes. And she picked out the coolest. She's just so cool, y'all. Cool, much cooler than me. Much cooler. Yeah, she's got this style that I wish I had. And I mean, she picked out these blue boots. Not really real tall boots. They probably went up to like right past her ankles. So I guess a little bit taller than a bootie, but they were this really, really cool. I'm trying to think what color blue, not really an electric blue. Let me see if I can find the color blue. Almost kind of the color of this tray, but like a little bit brighter. So not really a navy blue. It was like a funky, cool, suede boot. And they also had hot pink. She tried on, she told the lady, she's like, yeah, can I get a size for you? And so the lady went and got them. She was really nice. And she was like, can I get anything for you? And I'm like, nope, I'm just here for moral support. And she's like, oh, you don't want to get anything? I'm like, nope, I'm good. So she was kind of giving me a hard time for not shopping and not buying anything. But she tried on these blue ones and they looked so good. And then she tried on the pink ones and she liked the pink ones too, but she liked the blue ones better. And I agree, the blue ones, but I would have never ever have picked out those blue boots to try on. But once I saw them on her, I was like, I can totally see those with a pair of jeans. And what a fun pop of color to go with like so many different kinds of outfits. Even if you're wearing like a black shirt or a white shirt, you could totally pull off those fun blue boots. So yeah, she got some cool boots. So she's really fun to go shopping with because she goes to stores I would never really go to. She picked out at this one store, what was it? Anthropology is the name of the store. They had these pants, these slacks, and I feel like I'm an older grandma when I say slacks, but yeah, they were like some nice pants, and they had bunnies, rabbits, all printed all over them. And she picked them out, and I was like, well, you're really gonna try those on? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I just couldn't see it. And she tried them on, and they were super cute, but she didn't get them because she's tall. And they kind of were like high waters. They were supposed to be capris, but they were like too short on her, and she's not a big fan of capris, so she didn't get them. But she's like, if those would have been longer, I would have gotten those bunny pants. It's like, who gets rabbit pants? She does, and they looked good on her. So yeah, it was really fun. She's hilarious. We the first store we went to, she was gonna go try on the clothes, and I was like, okay, I'll be out here. And I was pointing like outside the dressing area, the dressing room area. And she was like, no, come with me. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Cause you probably don't want to come out into the store, And so I go, okay, I'll be right here. So I was in the dressing area, where the rooms are. And she's like, no, you can come in with me. I was like, in the room? Y'all, she ain't shy. Nope. She was just like ding, dang, doing what she got to do, trying on her clothes. I was and on. We had so much fun. We had a good time. Oh geez, throwing my pin. Sorry, y'all. Okay, I think I'm done with that color. So after that, after shop, we were hungry. So we went to lunch. And unfortunately at my mall, the mall we go to, there's not a whole lot of restaurants. There used to be, but some of them have closed down. So, there's not a lot of choices. So we went to Cheesecake Factory, which, has got a big menu, almost too big. So we went there, we both got we sat in the bar area, so we didn't have to wait for a table. And it was like a high top. So we sat there and we both had like a Caesar salad and we both caught up. And then I had to go home. And I had to go pick up Lou. I was there the entire time until it was time to go pick up Lou. So I'd go pick up my daughter at 2:30, but we had a great time. It was a good day. We got some good girl time in, some good shopping, good laughs. So the waiter was an interesting guy. Have you ever had a waiter that lingers? He was a lingerer, if that's even a thing. And he checked on us way too much. So I don't know if he had a thing for one of us. I don't know. I don't think so. but maybe, hey, we still got it going on. You never know. But he would come by a lot. He would check on us a lot. And then he would ask us if we needed anything. And we would both say, no, we're good. And then he would just kind of stand there for a minute awkwardly before walking away. So after a few times, I looked over at her because I kind of ignored it the first few times because he was nice. I was like, he's waiting on us. He's good service, whatever. But after a few times, I started making eye contact with Mandy. Like, is this weird to you too? Because it seems kind of weird to me. And then when he'd walk off, we started talking about it. We're like, yeah, he lingers too long. He makes it awkward. But he was a good waiter. And we gave him a good tip. So anyways, it was fun. And that was Thursday. Yeah, that was pretty much all we did Thursday. Friday was awesome because there was no school. Because of Labor Day on Monday, they always tag on like a 4-day weekend, and they make the Friday before a holiday like a teacher in service day. So the teachers have to work, unfortunately, but the kids have off. So the kids had a 4-day weekend, which was really nice. So I got to sleep in on Friday morning. I didn't have to get up because my alarm goes off at 5:45 in the morning. I say my alarm goes off. That's not when I get up. And then I have another one that goes off at 6. And then I snooze that a few times. And then I eventually get up at some point. Yeah. So Friday was nice. There was no school. Got to sleep in. Lou was living her best life. She had 2 sleepovers, Friday night and Saturday night, and then asked me for another one at the same house that she had one on Saturday night to do it Sunday night. And I was like, no, you need to come home. I mean, I would see her off and on, but I just felt like she was gone too much and kind of wasn't sure 100% what was going on with everything. So I'll tell you the story. This is a new friend who she goes to school with, who I've never met before. I've never met the parents. And she was wanting to hang out. The dad was going to take them on Friday to Target and the mall. And I was like, okay, well, let me meet the dad first and get his information, and we'll kind of go from there. So we go over to one of her friends' houses where they're going to get picked up from. And the dad pulls up. He's very nice. I get his number, get his name. We talk for a few minutes. He tells me he's a child psychologist, I think he said. I don't know why he told me that, but maybe that was supposed to make me feel better. I don't know. But nice guy. And so I was like, and Lou's got her phone, and there was, there was the 3 girls. We'll come to find out the parents are divorced, and it was the dad's weekend. Because typically it's not the dad that, does the Target runs and the shopping. Normally it's the moms. And he lives in a high-rise apartment in our area. Now, we're in the burbs, and there's not a lot of apartments, but the ones that we do have, kind of nice, and they're expensive. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, after we go to Target, he's going to take us to the mall, and then after that, we're going to go back to her apartment, and we're going to swim because there's a pool on the very, very roof of the building. And I was like, whoa, wait, hold on a second. This is making me nervous. So I kind of was agreeing to things as the day was progressing and kind of checking in on her location. And she was texting me, letting me know what she was doing, and I could follow her throughout the day. But at one point she was at the mall, and I saw that she was there, and she sends me a text message, and she says, the dad is sleeping. What do I do? We're all standing here and he's sleeping. I was like, what? He's sleeping? I thought y'all were at the mall. And I could see she was at the mall. So I guess the dad, and I talked to her afterwards. I'm like, what happened? Where was he? How was he sleeping at the mall on like a busy Labor Day weekend? How could you sleep? But I guess some people can sleep anywhere. And she was like, oh, like in one of the chairs, like where the dads can hang out while the moms shop. He like sat there and was on his phone, and he like was letting us walk around a little bit, and he fell asleep. I said, oh. So in my text message to her, I said, well, can your friend wake him up? And she was like, no, she doesn't want to. I'm like, okay, I said, I can come up there and come pick you up. And this is ridiculous, right? I was like, what is happening? Y'all, we're at this really, really tough age right now where, she's 11 and she really is independent. She wants so much independence. But still, she's a kid and she's a girl, no matter what, girl or boy. But in these days, it's scary, right? I mean, so I'm trying not to be, a helicopter mom. I'm trying not to keep her in a bubble. I'm trying to let her have a little bit of freedom, but have her be safe at the same time. And it's just been like she's like that in-between stage right now. So it's just kind of hard. You know, the boys are older, but I remember the first time Ryan, my oldest, who's now 18, when he wanted to be dropped off at the mall for the first time for him and a friend to like go without me and have me drop them off. I was so nervous. And I think he was about 12, 13, I don't know. I can't remember, but I was like, oh, it just seems, you know, so hard. But she wants to go and do all these fun things, and she wants to do them without an adult, you know? She wants to be a big kid, I guess. So we're always kind of managing what we're going to allow her to do and not do without us. So after I told her that I'll come pick her up, because this is crazy. The dad is sleeping and no one wants to wake him up. And here she is at the mall. So I was like, she's not really being supervised. So I'm like, I'll come up and get you. And she sends me a text message like a minute later. No, never mind. We woke him up. Okay, we're fine. We're going to go back to her apartment now and go swimming. I was like, okay. So she's swimming. And then she wants to spend the night. And I was like, okay, let me talk to the dad. Let me try to figure all this out. She's like, I'm going to need all my sleepover stuff. I'm like, good. I'll come up there, check out the place, make sure it's all, you know, all kosher, and get a good feel for what's going on. And so, yeah, everything seemed fine. The dad's like, no problem. And Lou's like, her dad lets us do whatever we want. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's not comforting. I don't know if it's like one of those situations where, you know, the poor dad is, you know, he only gets his kids like, you know, on the weekends or whatever their situation is. And he just kind of maybe spoils his kids when they're with him. I don't know. But she was like, woohoo, we're having she was living the life, y'all. Living the life. So I bring up her sleepover stuff. I meet him up there. Check out the apartment. It seems all good. She's having a awesome time. The 3 little girls are all having a sleepover, so she's loving it. So then the next day, she wants to have another sleepover over there, and that's when I said no. I said no, I don't, because I was already worried enough as it was the night before, and I was like, is anybody watching her? And I was like watching her location and, you know, like stalking her and calling her and texting her all the time. So I was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I gotta like say no. And so I told her no. So I said, I'll pick you up. So I picked her up, and she's got a new shirt on that I'd never seen before. And so I guess they all got matching shirts, because I did give her a little bit of money to go to the mall. So they all got shirts, but she had a little rip on the bottom of it. And she goes, Mom, do you think you can fix this? It's the shirt I just got. And I'm like, how did it get ripped at the bottom? I'm like, I don't know if I can fix that. I'm like, what happened? She goes, well, they have a gym, you know, because it's an apartment complex. So they have the you know, the gym and all the things. And I guess they were like just having free roam and free range of this apartment complex, this building. And they were in the gym working out. And she continues to tell me that she was on a treadmill, and the treadmill ate her shirt, and she had to pull it out, and it ripped. I was like, okay, that could have been your hair. That could have been your head. I was freaking out. And I was like, okay, note to self, that's, yeah, maybe not going over there anymore. But y'all, oh my gosh, scared me half to death. So she's got this ripped shirt and just, you know, but she had a good time. She's all in one piece still, thank God. Thank God. But yeah, so when she was gone, we just like, I dime painted and just went to bed early and just did what I wanted to, you know. The boys were doing their own thing. Hubby was home, and we were just kind of hanging out, watch movies, watch TV. What have we been watching lately? Just random stuff on YouTube. Really, really random videos. Not really any like shows. Just random stuff. I'm gonna get a little sip of coffee. You know, now that I'm having to switch colors like every minute or two, I guess this is confetti heavy. I never realized it until how many times I have to keep grabbing a new box. So I guess it is pretty confetti heavy. But yeah, cheers. Let me grab a little sip of coffee. All right. So yeah, that was kind of the weekend. And then Saturday, Lou and I were hanging out, and she's like, can we go to TJ Maxx? I'm like, sure, why not? So she's all about like this certain style right now, and she's trying to make her room a certain aesthetic, is what she calls it. It's called preppy. Preppy is like the new thing. It was boho before, and it was like hippie chick and like 70s, and now it's like, it was groovy and all that stuff and smiley faces, but now it's preppy. So I'm learning what preppy is, and I guess TikTok is showing her, you know, go buy preppy stuff for your room at TJ Maxx. So we go to TJ Maxx. She's like, do we have a Home Goods? I'm like, who is this kid? And why is she wanting to shop at Home Goods and TJ Maxx? But I'm here for it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we're just like going all around. And then she asked me a really interesting question. And I thought this was really, really good. So she's like, out of the blue, we were in the car. She's like, Mom, do you know what the word integrity means? And I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah. She's like, what does it mean? I said, well, and I kind of like was trying to find the best way to describe it. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, something like, you know, it's what you do and how, you know, what kind of person you are. And I was real vague. And she goes, I know what it means. I'm like, what does it mean? She goes, it means what you do when no one's looking. I was like, ooh, you're good. I'm like, that's exactly what it means. I'm like, where'd you get that from? She was like, I don't know. And so the other day she was doing something and I said, so was that your integrity? And she's like, yep. And so I like that she picked up on that somewhere. And it's just a great thing because, you know, kids do need to learn integrity and I'm loving it. I'm here for it. So now we keep bringing up that word and she's probably like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have never have said that. But yeah, so it's just kind of fun, the conversations and that we have. We love hanging out together. She's so fun. She likes to shop, but that's, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, you know, we don't always buy stuff, but we do like to look. It is fun. But Home Goods was insane. If you're in the States, you're probably familiar with that store, but if you're not, it's just what it says, it's Home Goods. It's like a, you know, massive, like, I don't know if it's like an overstock. It's kind of a clearance, sort of. They've got some good deals on some stuff, but it's just like, you've just got to dig and there's just aisles and aisles of, but they had all their fall stuff out, all their Halloween stuff. We also went to World Market, which was right next to, it was Michael's, Home Goods, and World Market. So I had like all these awesome stores. So yeah, we had a good time. We just kind of went around for a little bit and got our shop on. And what else? So that was Saturday. And then, let me think, what else? And then Sunday was my live. I had my live on Sunday. And for those of you that are new, I do go live. I try to go live most Sundays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's just a live stream here on YouTube. And yeah, please join me. We just like to just kind of have fun. I never really have anything planned. Sometimes I'll have a guest. And I did have a guest last week. I had Lexi from Lexi Sparkle Crafts. She's the one that makes the resin trays, and she has a YouTube channel. And it was my second time to have her on, and we had so much fun. It was one of my longer lives because the kids didn't have school the next day. So I wasn't worried about like necessarily having dinner at a certain time. Wasn't worried about getting everybody to bed at a certain time. Yeah, so we were like living it up. But that was at 4, and that was fun. But before that, Lou in the morning, no, I think on Saturday, she had like hit me up. She's like, Mom, where's Dallas? I'm like, it's not that close. Why? She's like, well, there's a store that I've seen on TikTok. And a lot of TikTokers, famous TikTokers that I follow, everything's TikTok, y'all, that I follow, all go to the store in Dallas. And I wanted to go. I wanted to see if we could go. And I'm like, what's the name of the store? And it's called Dear Hannah Prep. And it's a preppy store, right? It's got all the cute preppy stuff. And it's in like a hoity-toity, very, very high-end part of Dallas. Y'all, I don't go to Dallas. Dallas is about 30 minutes from where I live. And that's Big D. I don't go to Big D very often. It's just not I'm not a city girl. I like the burbs. It's a little crazy over there. It's just not something, it's just not my style. So, they don't have a lot of Dollar Trees there. They don't have a lot of Target. It's just all these little boutique stores, and that's just what that was. She goes, it says it's a boutique. And I'm like, oh, that means it's going to be expensive. So we looked it up, and I saw exactly where it was. And I'm like, oh, yes, this is right in the heart of old money, like old Dallas money, and like expensive houses. And I said, oh, it's going to be expensive. I said, but I was like, maybe on Sunday. This is on Saturday. I told her that. So, of course, Sunday morning, Mom, can we go to that store? You told me we could go today. I was like, oh, man, why did I say that? And I was like, it could be fun, go on a little adventure. But I told her, I was like, you're probably not going to be able to get anything or get much of anything because it's going to be like really expensive. She's like, okay, I just want to go look. So we, it's about 30 minutes, and they didn't open till, because it was Sunday, they didn't open till noon, I want to say. Yeah. So we left right at 11:30 and got down there. We made it in one piece, didn't get lost. It's pretty easy to find, but it was a nice area. We were going through these neighborhoods to get to it, and I'm like, look at that house. Look at that house. They had houses that have guest houses, these massive like mansions. And Lou's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, there's some nice ass houses over here. Well, I didn't say that, but I was like, yes, it's expensive over here. I told you. So we finally found it. We got there right when they opened, so we couldn't have timed it better. I gotta say, it was a cute store. Very, very overpriced, of course. So the preppy style is like hot pink. Let's see, some smiley faces, lightning bolts, lips, yeah, kind of that. I don't know. It's cute stuff. It's cute. I liked it better than her face she went through last year of being all in black. Everything had to be black. So this is kind of nice to kind of have some colors again. So yeah, I'm here for it. Not here for the prices, but and of course I told her, I said, your style's gonna change again, because she's wanting to like buy stuff for her room, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But we did spend a little bit of money, just a little bit, got a couple things. And then we walked around a little bit, and there was really nothing else open because it was Sunday. A lot of things shut down on Sundays here. It's kind of the Bible Belt, and because of church, a lot of things kind of shut down on Sundays, or they definitely don't open till noon. It's kind of how it is here. I don't know if it's like that in a lot of other states, but it definitely is like that here. So after that, she was like, I'm hungry. I was like, yeah, me too. I'm like, I did see a Starbucks when we were entering the shopping center. She's like, oh yeah, because she loves their breakfast sandwiches. So we went over to Starbucks, and that was some good people watching. We walked over, we left my car. It was like good. It was like free parking. That was free on the weekend. So we parked, and then we walked over to Starbucks, and we had a really good time. It was fun just to people watch. Wow. And I was going to say, inside the store, the moms that were in there, I definitely was not one of the Dallasites. I'm not one of the Dallas moms. These moms are dressed to the nine, and they had like big fake boobs, because it's Dallas, right? I mean, Dallas used to be, I think at some point, the biggest like plastic surgery city in America or whatever, but you know, everything's bigger in Texas, right? So all the moms had like long nails, big boobs, all the makeup, just what you would expect to see in Dallas. Cute, like these big hats. They were wearing these big hats. I mean, it was just like, I definitely was feeling a little like, not that I didn't fit in, but definitely was not one of them. I mean, I had my like athletic shorts on, and Lou was like, Mom, you should be a preppy mom like those moms we saw in there. This is when we were sitting at Starbucks. And I was like, no, that's not my style. I'm like, I'm just not going to be like that. And I said, I'm more sporty. And she goes, yeah, I guess so. She goes, you can be sporty preppy. I'm like, girl, I'm too old to be preppy. I'm almost 50. She's like, you can still be a cool preppy mom. So we had this whole conversation about my style and how I could change it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, it's just not me. I'm pretty basic, pretty simple. So it was some good people watching. We were inside the Starbucks watching all these expensive cars and expensive people with their clothes and their purses, their Louis Vuittons. And it was entertaining, y'all. It was highly entertaining. So after we sat there and had our pumpkin spice lattes and she got her breakfast sandwich, we decided to head out. But she's like, can we just go by there one more time? I just want to look one more time. It was so cool. And when we went in there, she was like, I can't believe I'm actually in here. I look at this place online. There's so many famous people that have been here. She was like in awe. So it was really fun. It made her day. She loved going there, and like I let her get a couple things. So she does like to shop, y'all. She is fun to hang out with. So we did that, and I was like, I got to be home by 4. So, you know, I had to be home for the live, and Lexi was awesome. She was, like I said, it was one of my longer lives. It was almost 2 hours. So if you want to watch the replay, please go check it out. It's still up. And yeah, we had a really good time. So that was Sunday. And then let's see, Monday, no school. And it was Labor Day. So we decided that we were going to do like a last minute barbecue, but we needed food. So my husband and I went to Sam's. Lou didn't want to come with us, so she stayed home. And we went to Sam's, and it was kind of busy. But we got a bunch of, like, we got burgers and stuff to grill. And then came home, and this is where the adventure, like, continues. And we're like, what's happening? We come home, and from Sam's, and actually, I think my husband left. Yeah, he had to go pick up something somewhere. I forget. I think he went to the grocery store, I think, because there was some stuff we couldn't get at Sam's. So he goes to the store, and Lou wanted me to go pick up another one of her friends, and they wanted to go get dropped off somewhere to do something, like across the street from our house, some pottery place. They wanted to paint pottery. I was like, okay. So we were getting ready to leave, and we're walking out the front door, and I look over in the dining room, and on the rug, there's a big old red spot. Now, Lou is the only one that's been home, right? And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, did you spill something? It was like bright red, and it was a lot of it. And she's like, no, I don't know what that is. I'm like, Lou, do you know what this is? She's like, no. And I said, okay. I said, it looks like blood. I'm like, are we bleeding? Is somebody bleeding? So I start like, checking out my arms. She's touching her nose because she gets nosebleeds. And we're like trying to figure out where it's coming from. And I'm like, hold on, let me go clean this up real quick. It comes up, thank God. Got it out. And then we're like, she's like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's one of the dogs. She's like, we got to hurry. My friend's waiting. I'm like, we got to figure out where this blood's coming from. I can't just like, so we kept checking ourselves. I'm like, she's like, no, I don't see anything on you. I was like, she's like, am I bleeding? I'm like, nope, you're good. So then we grab Ollie, and we're looking at Ollie, and she goes, he was over here chewing a bone. I'm like, maybe his gums are bleeding. So this poor dog, I'm like all up in his mouth, checking everything out, and I don't see anything. And he's white. So I think if there was blood, it'd be on him somewhere. Checked out his paws, his belly, his chin, neck, everything. Couldn't find it. I was like, I don't know. So she's like, okay, let's just go. We'll figure it out. I'm like, all right. So the dogs are locked up because, the boys are home, but no one's really watching them, or at least Ollie was locked up. So we're getting ready to leave, and we're walking out the door, and she stops me, and she's like, Mom, look at your foot. And I had flip-flops on, and I looked down at my foot, and my ankle's all bloody. I was like, what is this? Who am I? I must be bleeding. Did I cut myself and I didn't know? Did I cut myself at Sam's somewhere? I mean, where is this coming from? And we're looking all over my body, and I go and grab a wipe, and I wipe it off my ankle, and it's a bunch of blood. And I'm like, where is this coming from? We could not figure it out. I was like, let's just go. So I wipe off my ankle, and I'm like, what is going on? So I pick up her friend, go drop them off. I come home, and I start vacuuming because there's like dog hair everywhere. Ollie sheds so bad. Our little Frenchie, he sheds really bad. Our two Bostons don't shed. So this is all new to me, having a dog that sheds. And so I've had to vacuum like almost every single day. So I'm vacuuming because, it's quiet. No one's here. No one's watching TV. And Ryan, my oldest, comes downstairs. I'm like, hey, buddy. I'm like, are you bleeding anywhere? Or do you know why there's blood? He goes, what? And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, we keep finding blood in different random parts of the house, and I can't figure out what it is. Because he had just shown me like an hour before that he had trimmed his toenails. I'm like, did you cut one of your toenails too short? Are you bleeding? Is your foot bleeding? And he's like, no. And he's looking down. He's like, no. He's like, maybe it's one of the dogs. I'm like, that's what I thought, but we can't figure it out. So I start vacuuming again, and he's like, no, it wasn't me. So he starts looking at Jasper, and he's picking up Jasper, and he's put him on his back, and he's checking out Jasper's belly. So I stop vacuuming, and I go over there, and he sets Jasper back on his feet, and Jasper's like, his butt's kind of facing me. And I was like, oh yeah, there it is. There it is. We found it. Y'all. I'm not going to get too graphic because I don't want to gross anybody out, if I haven't already, with the blood talk. Sorry, I should have given you a warning. If you have dogs, you might know what I'm talking about, but sometimes dogs can get these things in their behind. And they can bleed. Yeah, that's what happens. It's happened once before with him. I had to take, so that night, so I'm trying to wipe his butt and do all the things. And I'm like, I got to put him in the crate because he's getting blood everywhere. And I keep looking, and I keep finding it in different random spots. And I'm cleaning. My husband finally gets home. I'm like, we have a situation. He goes, what? I'm like, Jasper's bleeding. He's like, what? So I told him what happened. I'm like, it's his butt. I'm like, he goes, yeah, that happened once before. I'm like, And I started feeling bad. I was like, maybe I was supposed to have them, taken care of on a regular basis to, have that stuff cleaned. And because when I went to the vet, I told him, I said, yeah, he's had this before, but it's been a long time. And she looked it up, and she's like, yep, it's been 4 years since you were here last for the same thing. I was like, oh, no. So now we have to take him every month to every month and a half to have things expressed, put it that way, and helps from getting abscesses and infections and all that stuff, right? From getting clogged up. So fun, good times, right? Last week it was Ryan and his colonoscopy and all that stuff. And now this week it's Jasper and his butt. So yeah, never a dull moment, y'all. So I call, the vet doesn't open. So he's in his crate all night. And he's like, what is going on? I feel so bad because he's probably like, what's going on? Ollie was living his best life because Ollie didn't have to sleep in his crate. He's not really fully potty trained yet, not all the way. So we don't trust him at night to sleep on our bed, but he got to sleep on our bed the last 2 nights. So we've been keeping Jasper locked up. There's towels on every surface, blankets on every surface. We have a white couch. We have white bedding in our bedroom, the master bedroom. I love white, but I don't know why I thought that was a good idea with 3 dogs and 3 kids. That was actually an awful idea. Now, the couch is a slip cover. So I have washed it many, many times. So that's why I felt comfortable going with white, because I was like, well, it's a slip cover. I can wash it, and everything has washed out. So, oh my gosh, y'all. So everything's got blankets and towels on it, covering up wherever he sits and wants to lay down. But I needed to call the vet yesterday morning. They didn't open till 8. So got my alarm set. As soon as the alarm goes off, I call them, run them up there at 10:30. And they're like, yep, this is what he's got. $170 something later. I was like, oh my gosh, if it's not Ollie, it's one of the other dogs. So expensive. The bills, y'all, the dog bills have just been crazy. I just feel like it's always a dog that needs something. But dogs are expensive. Yep. So yeah, but you love them and you'll do whatever you can for them, you know? And the vet was like, I'm so glad you brought him in. And I'm thinking, who wouldn't bring in their dog for this? I mean, I know not everybody can financially afford, but I mean, you know, it was gross. It's like, I didn't know what to do. So they took him back, they cleaned it. They took care of all the things, and yeah, $170 something later, he's coming home with, 2 antibiotics, and Ollie just got off of his antibiotics that he had for his face because he had a infection. And now it's Jasper's turn. The good news is I've heard some people complain about their dogs taking medicine. These guys are just scrounge hounds. I wrap it in some turkey or ham, and they just gulp it down without even like chewing. Just gulp, swallow the whole pill once. It's super easy. So I have to give that to him twice a day. So poor guy. He's it's still looking kind of gross, but you know. And it's funny because the kids will walk by and they're like, ooh. I'm like, stop looking at it. What are you gonna do? And then I was joking this morning and I was calling Jasper juicy butt, juicy booty. And Lou's like, that's not very nice. Would you want someone to call you? He can't help it that his butt got infected. I was like, oh my gosh, girl. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know I'm calling him juicy booty. He didn't know. She's like, well, I know. And I think it's mean. I was like, oh Lord, gotta have some fun with this stuff, y'all, right? I mean, so I've got all kinds of, I'm like, how about Jasper juicy booty? And she's like, no, it's just Jasper. I go, oh, okay, just Jasper. She's like, no, Mom. I was like, well, so yeah, Jasper took up my time yesterday, and it's a good thing I didn't have anything else planned yesterday, you know, but I'm thinking to myself, if I had a full-time job, how do y'all do it? Between the kids need to go to the doctor and the dogs have things coming up, I'd have to take a lot of time off. I really would, because my husband travels, and it's really just me. You know, he's gone this week, so it's like, yeah. So that was yesterday. What else, y'all? I know. Tomorrow. So Thursday for me, and it'll be Thursday for y'all, the day you're watching this, I will be out having lunch with a friend and someone that I met through the community, a subscriber. Joe Atwood. Joe is awesome. She doesn't live too far away from me, so we are going to meet in the middle, and we decided to meet at Ollie's. Now, Ollie's I've never been to. Ollie's is like a discount store, like a bargain store, and they have like different things depending on when you go. And that's where, if y'all been watching the channel for a little bit, do you remember seeing those Wizard of Oz books that you diamond paint the cover? That's where those came from. And I wanted to go back and I wanted to go check out on Ollie's and see what else they have. So first we're going to meet, we just made all the plans this morning. We're going to meet at Olive Garden at noon. So we're going to have like an hour to eat. And then the Olive Garden is right next to Ollie's. So I figured 12 to 1 can be lunch, and then 1 to 2 can be shop time. And then at that point I have to go pick up Lou from school. So yeah, I'm really excited. I get to meet Joe tomorrow. So I'll let y'all know if she's normal or not. I'm just kidding, Joe. If you're listening, no, she needs to worry about me. I don't need to be worried about her. So I asked her, I said, because I can see her profile picture, and of course she knows what I look like, but I don't really know what she looks like. And I'm like, so do you look like your profile picture? She's like, with glasses and maybe a little more gray, which I thought was so cute. I was like, okay. So I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of shy, about meeting someone for lunch. I remember I was very, very nervous when I met Randy for the first time. It's always kind of, intimidating, and I'm kind of an introvert, and it's, you got to put yourself out there, which I think is really cool that we're both willing to do that and meet up and, meet some people in real life. So yeah, so that's going to be tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that. She was on vacation for a bit, and then I had stuff going on. So we've been trying to plan this for a while. And it was her idea, so I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that's going to be tomorrow, because I knew today was like whip and chat day, laundry, make sure Jasper's good, all that kind of stuff. Which, speaking of Jasper, he has to go back in 2 weeks for a follow-up. I was like, that's going to be more money. Cha-ching. Y'all, I'm done with my square. I finished it. I finished the square. It only took me almost an hour. But this square is a lot smaller. Yeah. So this one, but there is some confetti. I have to say, there is some confetti, but I'm enjoying working on this painting. Oh, I forgot to grab my little ceramic cutter. Oh, well, I'll just grab a cup of coffee and we'll just keep talking. So that's going to be tomorrow. And then Sunday. I'm going to go live. It'll be just me. I won't have a guest. And yes, I will be announcing a winner on probably, I might even have to do it before that. I might just do it on the live. We'll see. But I did another video where I showed a fall painting from Michael's, and I'm giving that one away. And I said I would leave it open for a week. So I need to go back and see when I posted that video. So be on the lookout for that if you put the word in that I asked for. So yeah, I need to do that giveaway. I have sent out all my Oz and Og, the event that I was hosting last month for August, all the winners, which is unheard of. Every single week, there was 5 weeks. Every week that I picked a winner, that person got back to me immediately. I didn't have to do any redraws. I didn't have to wonder if they were ever going to contact me. It was awesome. So easy. So easy. And so whenever they contact me, I would just boom, send it out. So all the gifts have been sent out and everything's caught up. So I sent my last one out yesterday. Yeah. And then the live on Sunday, trying to think what else. Oh, little tip here that I just saw in my email this morning that I was going to let y'all know if you don't know. I got an email from Starbucks, and in my area, which hopefully it's nationwide, but every Thursday for the month of September, anytime after noon, so after 12, you can do buy one, get one drink for free. They're fall drinks. So I was thinking Lou loves her pumpkin spice lattes. So I'm like, on Thursdays after school, we could go get a little treat and it would be buy one, get one free. So yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully y'all can go take advantage of that. So I'm glad I saw that this morning. I'm like, ooh, because I love a good deal. You always got to have a good deal, y'all. But how is everybody? Make sure you let me know how you are before we head out and before you leave me. Make sure you put a comment down below of how you are. And I'm just going to keep working on this probably for the day or until I get tired of it. And then I'll kind of switch back maybe to my bigger fall one. So I don't know which one you'll see next week. We'll just kind of play it by ear, which is kind of nice, because I feel really structured when I do an event and I make it last for the event and I kind of have it all planned out. But this has been kind of fun. I am working on this kind of for an event right now, not my own, but for Drills and Chills. So it had to be a new start, I believe, for the grand prize, which this was not a new start. I started it, I think, before September. But it's a 2-month long event. I don't know all the details, but go check out Katie at Diamonds and Washi. Diamonds and Washi is her channel name. And then Emeralds and Fairy Lights is another channel, and that's Lindsay. And they're both awesome, and they're both hosting that event. So if you want to do some fall Halloween spooky paintings and try to win some prizes and all that, yeah, go check it out. Go check out their channels, and they've got playlists on there of all the details for the events. So I'm loosely participating, I guess you could say, in them. I'm putting my hashtag in when I do progress pics, but that's about it. I'm definitely not in it for any of the giveaways or prizes or anything. I already feel fortunate enough to have all the things I have, and I definitely don't want to take that, I want someone else to win. So yeah, I think that's going to be it. I think we've all caught up. I think I've given you, although sometimes I'll end the video and I'll think of something else and I'm like, oh, I should have told them. Oh, well, I'm not going to go back and add that in. It's okay. But yeah, I really do like this journal. It worked out well to have my notes in. I just kind of had to crack the spine a little bit. But yeah, go check out Craftibly. If I love these journals. They're also really good gifts. Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers. They're really, really good. I don't know how much they are, I forget, but they're not very expensive at all. So yeah, go check them out. And I think right now they might just have the butterfly one. But yeah, I'll have Craftibly linked down below, of course, because this is their painting. So all right, y'all, if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up on your way out. I would deeply, deeply appreciate it, because they do help the algorithms and all the things. They help me get recommended to other people that may not have found me yet. And yeah, and then if you have not subscribed, it is free. It's absolutely free to subscribe, and I would love to have you. So go ahead and click that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And then there's a notification bell right next to that, and click all, and then you'll get notified whenever I post up any new videos. And I post up 3 or 4 days a week, typically, whip and chats, unboxings, do my lives, try to do some fun stuff. So, and with the holidays coming, I'm really looking forward to doing some hauls on some fall stuff and some Christmas stuff. So be on the lookout for those videos. And also I picked up something yesterday from Target that I was gonna do a video on and show y'all, and it's something Halloween. So, and it's only $5. Yes, so be looking for that video. And yeah, so thank y'all again for being here. I do appreciate you spending your time with me. Hopefully you got some work done, or you got to just chill out for an hour and relax, or got chores or errands, whatever you were doing. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. So I did. I had a great time. I really look forward to these. So all right, y'all, take care. Have a great rest of your week. And hopefully I'll see you this weekend on the live, okay? All right, love y'all so much. Take care. All right, bye guys.